Hey, the Wrestling Fanatics, it's your host here once again. It is Team Ryry for a brand new episode of Team Ryry's Wrestling Podcast, episode number 61. I have a guest here. Go ahead and plug your social media.
Alright, what's up, guys? My name is Ryan. My Twitter handle is at RyanRoach93. That's pretty much the only social media I use for, that's not personal use because Facebook, that's kind of more personal. But I have you on my Facebook, Ryan, and you're a real cool guy, so I'm excited to be on your podcast.
Okay, I think it has been a while, or this is the first time, Ryan. I'm not really too sure. Okay, first thing first, what's your thoughts about KO title run so far? Do you like it, or do you think it could be way better?
Oh, man. Well, at first, I think when they put the title on him, it had potential to be something good. And I would say it's mediocre at best because I don't feel like the WWE is booking him as strong of a champion as they could. Especially if you look at the way that Roadblock ended with the match ending by disqualification, and then they had Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns give him a double powerbomb through the table. To me, when WWE does finishes like that, I don't think they put a lot of faith into their current champions.
Nope.
And that's a real big problem that I have with a run like what Kevin Owens has had. And I think that the finish to the pay-per-view was just really cheap and boring because we didn't get a decisive finish to that match, which is why we have to have the rematch at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, pretty much. And I really hate. I think this is my opinion, Ryan. I think KO could do way better on SmackDown because Daniel Bryan and Shane O'Mac run it, and it's only 2 hours, not a 3-hour show.
Yeah, I think Raw could actually really benefit a lot from going back to a 2-hour format because the problem with Raw is the fact that it goes on for way too long.
Yes.
I mean, especially now with the brand split, because they don't have enough stars to fill out both brands, and that's one big problem I have with the brand split, is that when they first did it, like back in 2002 and 2003, they had enough star power for your main event talent, and then you had like a strong enough undercard and tag teams to filter out like each show.
Yes, I agree with you, but I don't know. And then this whole Y2J and KO, I mean, it was good in the beginning, but now that's getting worn out. Eventually, they got to break up, hopefully. No offense.
Yeah, I think that's kind of a joke, too. I honestly think that's going to be the match we see at WrestleMania for Kevin Owens is Kevin Owens versus Chris Jericho. If they want to run
the tables?
Yeah, if they want to run the tag team or the friendship for that long, I think that's how long they're going to do it until is WrestleMania, unless Fastlane is a Raw pay-per-view, and then you have maybe Kevin Owens versus so-and-so for the Universal Championship, and then you have Chris Jericho accidentally cost Kevin Owens the Universal title, or you could have him cost him the championship on purpose, and then that gives Kevin Owens or Chris Jericho a face turn, and then Chris Jericho could be the babyface heading into the match at Mania, and then Owens being the heel.
Yeah.
Because I think that Kevin Owens is a lot better as a heel. I couldn't picture him as a babyface.
Me neither.
I mean, because he's just really good at being a heel, and I think he enjoys it a lot more than if he was to be a babyface.
I agree with you, and I don't think he's gonna become. I don't think he's gonna hold a belt until Mania. I don't think he's gonna be Universal Champion when WrestleMania comes along. He might drop it before then.
Yeah, but I think if you have Reigns win the match at the Royal Rumble, you're going to have 70,000 fans boom at the building. The same case with WrestleMania.
Yeah, so it's like Rock and a hard place. has to decide. But this is my opinion again. One more time. I think KO could dominate SmackDown. They got too many problems on Raw. They got too many issues. 3-hour show, and they don't know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion, Ryan, on Raw.
Yeah, at this point, I think Raw is just almost unbearable to watch.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I haven't seen I haven't watched Raw, like a full episode of Raw since the first Raw after the brand split. I haven't sat down and watched it, and the only reason why I watched it is because I wanted to see Finn Balor's main roster debut so bad.
Yeah.
And that was pretty much the only reason why I sat down and I watched the entire episode. It's because I'm a huge Finn Balor fan. I've been a fan of his since he wrestled on the Independents as Prince Devitt, and I knew that the main roster would give him like huge plans.
Yeah.
But one thing that I don't like, I like him just being called the Demon.
Yeah, I know.
The Demon King nickname is really stupid. And to me, that's another case of when a talent is so good in NXT, and then they get up to the main roster, and they become, I don't want to say a laughing stock, because Balor is better than that, but he's just... They're trying to mess with the character too much that he developed in NXT.
Yeah.
In my opinion. I mean, why do you have to slap the Demon King nickname on him? Why can't he just be called the Demon Finn Balor? I think that sounds a lot cooler and a lot better.
Yeah, maybe when they come back, they might change it. And when they say King, it sounds like they say Kane, you know what I'm saying? So close together,
Yeah, that too. I mean, the Demon Kane. I mean, that fits Kane, but not the Demon King. That doesn't fit Balor at all.
Another thing is, it'd be more cooler, from my point of view, if he leaves that makeup on all the time. The only thing he use that for when he has big matches, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I like the idea of him having the face paint only for big match situations. Because it adds something different to it.
Yeah.
But I think, and we only got to see Balor perform at SummerSlam against Rollins. We only got to see him perform on one pay-per-view on the main roster. But I think if I was the WWE, I would hold off him wearing the paint until like the big 4 pay-per-views come up.
Oh yeah, I agree.
I would have him do it every Raw pay-per-view, because then it just becomes stale and boring.
Yeah. Okay. Another thing is, were you a fan of Bobby Lashley back in the day, or do you think it was boring back in the day?
I think that Bobby Lashley had potential, and WWE didn't capitalize on his potential enough. Because he only was he was a United States champion, and then I believe he was an ECW champion.
Yes.
And I think those were the only 2 titles he held, and I think he should have at least had one run as the WWE champion.
Yep, he should be John Cena, but at the time John Cena was Super Cena, so no one can stop John Cena at the time,
Yeah,
that pissed me
yeah,
off.
I think that was right around like
2007.
Yeah, when they had the match at the Great American Bash,
Yep.
and Cena was like pretty much unstoppable.
That's stupid. Now if this is a real match, a real fight, Bobby Lashley will beat the shit out of John Cena, from my point of view,
Oh, for sure. Especially now, since he's a trained MMA fighter.
Yeah, see, so I know Bobby Lashley says, I have to lose to John Cena? Okay. I mean, of course I get paid, but they say if they win the matches, they get paid more money. I don't know if that's true or not. Do you think that's really true, Ryan? That they get paid more money if they win?
I know that the champions get paid more than, like, if you're not a champion.
Okay.
And I know that if you're on the main roster, they get a pay raise as well.
Wow.
I don't know how the championship, like, pay thing works in NXT, but I know that John Cena makes more money. Well, no, I think that, Cena is, like, the second wrestler with the, like, he's the wrestler with like the second highest pay in WWE, and then I think Brock Lesnar is like he makes the most more than anybody in the company.
Wow.
Even though he only appears like 4 or 5 times a year.
Yeah. Now, off the record, before we go on another subject, the time when Lesnar was champion, that kind of pissed me off at the time because he was champion and he hardly was on Raw. But the good thing is, they get a lot of other young guys opportunity like Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, Roman. That was a good thing, you know?
Yeah, I know. I think that at the time, I think after Lesnar broke the streak, which I didn't agree with at all.
I don't agree either. Yep.
I think that that's the only thing they could have had Lesnar do was beat Cena in such a dominating fashion. Because you couldn't have had Lesnar just go on and have another match at
SummerSlam.
that year at SummerSlam. Yeah, you couldn't just have him like face a nobody. You had to have him beat the champion in such a convincing fashion.
Yep.
And I think when they did that match, I think they did the right move by having him just dominate Cena like that.
Yeah.
But like you said, it did give guys an opportunity. It gave Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins and people like that to shine through. And the Ambrose versus Rollins feud is actually one of my favorite things from 2014.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, that's a feud I think that WWE could always go back to, and have. But I wouldn't mind a Shield reunion right now, to be honest.
Yeah, this is a I got a question for you. Hold on. Remember how Mick Foley said I would trade Sami Zayn for Eva Marie? That'd be a stupid trade. The trade I like to see not Finn Balor, Sami Zayn for Dean Ambrose, and Dean Ambrose could reunite with his buddies, the Shield. That'd be a great trade, you know?
Yeah, I definitely think that Sami Zayn could benefit more from being on SmackDown.
Yes.
Because Sami Zayn's a great wrestler. I mean, he is, and him and Owens have put on some great matches together, and he's put on some great matches against other opponents too. But I get the story between him and Braun Strowman is that, Braun Strowman is this big, powerful force, and Sami Zayn is seen as the underdog.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think that if Strowman, because he's such a dominant force right now, if they have Sami Zayn pin him, I think it will compromise how big of a beast and how big of a monster they want Strowman to be.
Yeah. So I think that'd be good because, frankly, Dean Ambrose is good, but he's not really I mentioned this in my review, he's not really a main event kind of guy, but the reason they put him in there because John Cena's out of the action, he took some time off, you got AJ Styles, and you don't have a lot, and then they want to put Barian, or whatever his name is, he's not really a main eventer either, he's not that great from my point of view, Ryan,
Yeah, I think that the Ambrose and Styles storyline has ran its course. I think that they ended that feud at TLC.
Yeah.
And that match was actually really good. I actually enjoyed that match a lot.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed TLC way more than I did Roadblock. I really did. I think TLC overall was way better. The pacing of it was more steady. The matches on it were just overall better, and that just shows you that right now I think that SmackDown has the better show.
And that's sad. It should be both good shows, but for some reason WWE don't give a damn about the flagship. But it seems like the flagship is now SmackDown.
Well, if you remember back in the day when they first did the brand split as well, Paul Heyman was actually a head creator or a head writer of SmackDown, and SmackDown beat Raw in the ratings. They beat them in house show attendance. They beat them, period, because back then SmackDown was the better show.
Yeah.
Even though Raw and SmackDown were I think both shows were really good back then, and both shows were must-see, but now I think Raw's just fallen so far off the radar that I don't know what else they could do with that show that can make it watchable again. Especially not for 3 whole hours, because 3 hours is just way too much time.
Yeah, but people wait until WrestleMania season and people want to watch Raw every week because the storylines. I know the storylines are not gonna be that great, but people will watch Road to WrestleMania. I guarantee it every week, probably, if it's gonna be good.
I mean, I'll probably tune in every once in a while for Raw on the road to WrestleMania. I'm excited for the Rumble. I think that's going to be a good show. Especially if they do if they do Styles versus Taker at the Rumble.
Yeah.
And then somehow you set up Cena versus Taker. How you do that, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to say, just have Cena win the Rumble, because I think that a Raw guy is going to win the Rumble this year. I don't know who I'd pick to win the Rumble, but if I had to pick a person to win the Rumble, it'd be Finn Balor. I'd have him come back as number 30, win the Rumble, and then go on to challenge whoever the Universal Champion is at the time to have his rematch at WrestleMania, because he never lost the title.
Yeah, and then for John Cena, he don't need any more win the Rumbles. That's off his bucket list, He just needs a match, and that's it,
Yeah, and also, I don't think that you could book Cena heel turn if they want to do it, because I keep hearing that they're going to turn him heel finally.
Yeah, right.
That's what I say. But I think that if you're going to book a Cena heel turn, the only way you could really have him do it is I would have Cena versus Taker in a career versus title match. I'd have Taker walk into WrestleMania as the champion. Then I would have John Cena put up his career on the line, and then I would have Cena cheat to beat The Undertaker at WrestleMania, and then have him turn heel, because that's the only way you could do it.
Yeah.
And plus, I think people are going to be pissed off anyways, because Cena is going to be a 16-time world champion, and there are a lot of people out there who don't really want to see that.
Yeah. Okay, now the discussion is, I know you don't want to discuss about this, but I want to discuss this. If you want to put your 2 cents, that's great. The Blue Mini. Were you a fan of the WCW? The NWO. Of the Blue WO or no, Ryan?
I'll be honest with you. Back during that time period, I didn't even really know what ECW was until I was an older fan.
Okay.
I know about the BWO, and I know about those. I kind of know about ECW, but it wasn't like a hardcore ECW fan, mostly because where I live, I didn't get a lot of exposure to it.
Yeah, how you understand? So you remember the part? It was ECW One Night Stand, right? You remember that pay-per-view, right? 05?
Yeah.
Okay, it was
that show on the network a couple months ago.
It was the Blue Mini and JBL. I think JBL and him got into a big argument, or I don't know.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. And then JBL punched him, where he punched him for real.
Yeah.
And then I think on that Thursday SmackDown or something like that, I think Stevie Richards jumped in the ring and he cracked JBL on the head as hard as he could with the steel chair.
Yeah, so I don't know if they really hate each other or that's just part of the story. I'm not really too sure,
I think if JBL actually punched him in the face, then yeah, they probably do. They probably had some beef with each other. I don't know if they patched things up since then or what, because I haven't heard anything about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that he really hates JBL because he socked him in the head pretty good.
Yeah. Now, does JBL? I'm assuming that JBL has a podcast. Like every wrestler out there these days has a podcast, right?
I don't know. You're gonna have to look that one up. Okay. I'm not too sure.
Now this is our last discussion, but we discuss other discussions. What's your thoughts on Maurice coming back to the company recently? Are you glad? Or are you kind of mad that she's with her husband, The Miz, all the time? Hi, Ryan.
I'm sorry about that, man.
It's okay. It's okay.
But, alright. Oh, that was my dad. I'm sorry about that.
It's okay.
Maurice, wow. she's hot.
Yes,
I'll
yeah.
give her that much.
Pretty much.
I mean, I think that, I don't know. I think that,
I mean, are you glad she's coming? I mean, back, or do you think do you think she should just be in the women's division by now?
I think that if they should probably try and get her away from the Miz.
Yes.
If possible. I don't see her being like a women's champion or anything like that. But I do think that she could add something to the women's division.
Yes, I agree.
I never thought she was that great of a wrestler, but I think that she could add something.
The spice, I like how she come in the ring and the music and off the subject, probably you know already. I made a video about it, but Mickie James agreed to a new deal, and I'm assuming she's gonna come back sometime next year to the SmackDown brand. That'd be good for business. You heard about that?
Yeah, I'd like to see her feud with Natalia. I think her and Mickie would have a lot of good matches together.
Or Nikki?
Or Nikki, that would be cool too.
Or maybe any of the new ladies, you know? The new ladies on SmackDown?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen Carmella wrestle really, so I can't tell you what I think of her work because I haven't really seen any of her matches. Or I've probably seen them and just don't remember them. So
yeah, you know what? She's okay, but she's very, she's not really a good wrestler. You know.
Yeah, I thought she was great as Big Cass and Enzo Amore's manager, but
that's where she should go. She should go with them again. You know.
But I think that they're doing fine on their own on the main roster, and they don't really have a lot to worry about, to be honest with you. I'd love to see them. I honestly think they're going to become the next Raw Tag Team Champions. If I was betting money on it, I would say give them to Big Cass and Enzo Amore. I would love to see them win the title at Mania, just because I know how big that pop would be for them, and how big of a deal it would be at Mania.
Who's that?
For them to win for Enzo and Big Cass to win the tag titles.
Yeah, but if you think about it, they're like the New Day because they're not really a serious tag team. They like to a jokester. That's the problem on the Raw roster. They need a dominate tag team or not really a funny kind of team like the AK the Club, like Anderson. They should be tag team champions, not Cesaro and Sheamus. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's one thing that kind of bothers me too. Is you had the Club and Carl Anderson and Machine Gun, Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows. When they were in New Japan, they dominated the Japan wrestling scene, and then ever since they've come to the main roster, they haven't really done anything.
I know. Yep.
I was hoping they would.
Well, if they were smart, they should never broke up with AJ and them because they could be a dominate stable, but they dropped the ball. You know.
Yeah. One thing that I would love to see next year is somehow the Shield versus the Club match. I think that would be awesome.
Yep. And then it don't have to be no belts in line. It could be a great a brawl or no disqualifications or a count out. I know it's the same rules, but it don't have to be a main eventer. It could be I know it won't be a main eventer. It could be like a mid card, or maybe the first match of the night. Who cares,
Yeah. But I think that you have to do that on a brand mutual pay-per-view. Unless you want to have Ambrose jump on Raw and then beat up Carl Anderson and then that gets AJ Styles mad and then he goes to not AJ Styles. I don't know. And then you get and then somehow you just have everybody eventually fight each other individually, and then they all come together for a match.
Hey Ryan.
What's up, man?
Okay, I'm gonna send you something on Facebook, and then we're gonna read this article, and then after that, that'll be the end of it. So go ahead and look at the article right now. Go ahead. It's on your Facebook inbox.
This attachment cannot be loaded. You're gonna have to try it again.
Okay, hold on. Okay. I can see on my end, but I guess you can't see on your end, so hold on.
If it doesn't work, just link it to me in the Skype.
Okay, I don't think I could do that. I'll say, you know what? I'll put it on my I'll put it on Twitter, and you can read it that way. Okay, hold on. Okay. Because I don't know how to do it on Skype that way. Hold on. Okay, go ahead and read on my timeline on Skype, on Twitter. Okay, you see it?
Okay.
And you could double click it that way.
Oh, did you just put on your timeline?
Yeah, on my Twitter. Yes.
All right, let me go to your Twitter real fast, man. So it attached to your Twitter, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You can double click it and you can see it real quick.
Oh, WWE released an epic alternative of John Cena's theme song ahead of his return. So you might have listened to this theme song?
No, I didn't listen to it. I just want to read the article.
Oh, okay. Alright, let's see what it says.
Yeah, go read it and you can say it to the viewers. Go ahead, you can read it and you could read it out loud and they can pick up that in the audio.
Okay, so it says even non-WWE fans can likely identify John Cena's classic theme as the Cena trumpets have become an iconic as the sound of the glass breaking before Stone Cold's entrance. Cena will finally return from an extended absence during which he worked on his film career and hosted Saturday Night Live on the final SmackDown episode of 2016 next Tuesday. And celebrate the occasion, WWE has made a Sterling highlight reel to set an almost haunting rendition of the times now.
So what does that mean, you think? Is that new music or is it, they're going to go back to Zoe music?
I don't know. Once we end this, I'll go back and I'll listen to it and see what I think about it.
Okay, yeah, that'd be great when we come back. I'll give him new music because that music he had is getting kind of old, you know?
Getting kind of stale, I know what you mean, man.
Yes.
I hope they give him a new theme. That'd be pretty cool.
And then new gimmick. I mean, new gimmick, new wrestling gear. That'd be awesome for WrestleMania season, you know?
Yeah, well, I think that goes back to the heel turn.
Yeah.
So you have to have him turn heel for him to do something like that.
Yep. I don't know if he has agreed to it. I mean, he's got to do it regardless because, you know, he's just the employee. He has no say-so, you know?
I think Cena's one of those guys that has
say-so?
some creative control over his like character and stuff. Kind of like the Undertaker, if you think about it, because Taker's been there for so long.
Yeah.
And I think that he somehow was convinced enough for the streak to break that he just said yes to Vince. That okay, yeah, I'll do it.
Okay.
So.
I think that's all we're gonna say. Are you ready for Christmas? I cannot believe it. Sunday is Christmas. Holy crap, you know? Man.
I know, man, this year's flown by, and then think about this, and then before you know it, man, the Royal Rumble will be here, and then it'll be WrestleMania season again, so...
Yep, and I'll be there, and before you know it, it's gonna be, a crappy wrestling again, you know?
Yeah. Well, like I said, man, I don't agree. I think that you should have the Rumble, and then have WrestleMania, but you know, I think that from February to April, you shouldn't have a pay-per-view in between that.
Yep. You're talking about March, right? They should just eliminate. They should just have you know, house show. Actually, they should have no house shows or nothing. Just have it open. Just have Raw and SmackDown, and that's it. You know.
I mean, I think that yeah, I agree with you on that one, man.
But you know, of course, McMahon don't give a darn. He just want to make the money. And can you imagine? You know what? Right now, it's confirmed. March is going to have Fastlane, but they might cancel. They might just have the 4 classic ones, and that's it. Because you know, things might change. Because right now, too many pay-per-views right now for so close to, you know, they just had a brand split, and I don't think the brand split is working out. Like I said before. They could announce it sometime in 2016, and they could bring it back sometime, like the summer of 2017, but they don't do that, you know? They want to rush it, you know?
Yeah, I agree with you on that one, man. If they cut down the pay-per-views, I think that would help them out a lot.
Yes.
And if they went back to Raw only being 2 hours.
Yes. But they won't do that because USA is paying WWE so much money for Raw for 3 hours, so they can't say no, you know?
I know, but eventually, if ratings get bad enough, then we're going to start seeing Raw live on the network and stuff.
I think from my point of view, they need to put if you miss Raw, it should be on the network right away. Don't wait until like a couple months later. Who wants to see a couple months of Raw? Oh, Raw. I mean, I'd love to see Raw, but they should put like last week's episode on the network right away. What the hell is taking so long? You know?
Yeah, but I also think that with the age of social media, you don't really miss much if you don't watch Raw or SmackDown live.
Yeah.
Because it's like right there for you to. For you to see and read.
That's true.
But I mean, and then plus if you miss Raw, then you just go to their YouTube channel the next morning, then watch all the clips of all the important stuff that you missed.
Yeah, but I think eventually they should put if USA is not really cutting the mustard, they just put on the network with no commercials. So that'd be great, you know, if it could do that. But I don't think that could happen.
Yeah, but I also think that with them plugging stuff on social media and putting on social media like as it happens, I also think that kind of hurts the viewership too, because then the fan is thinking like, I'm sitting there thinking, oh well, now I don't have to watch Raw. I can just go in and read my timeline on Twitter and then Facebook, and then like just be caught up without even having to watch the show.
Yep. And then another thing is I don't understand, when SmackDown was live, how in the hell they could have live feeds, live tweets on the taping of SmackDown? Did they just edit that stuff? How did they do that? That's kind of weird, you know? I can never figure it out, Ryan, back then.
Well, I mean, yeah, and then that before SmackDown went live too, you had the spoilers too.
Oh.
People always reading spoilers and stuff. And
yeah. So you're trying to tell me that all live tweets are really real during the show when SmackDown was taped, huh?
Yeah, the tweets were like
real?
They were live as the show was happening, but they weren't like to you live because everybody knew what was already going to happen because everyone just read the spoilers.
Yeah, I'm so glad I don't watch spoilers until they go overseas, you know. But I don't, that doesn't bother me. But I'm so glad. Hopefully, the SmackDown live lasts for a long time. Hopefully, they don't go back to tapes on Tuesday nights. You know, I hate that. You know.
Yeah, I think that SmackDown should have went live a long time ago.
Can you imagine if they went like the Attitude Era? Oh, that'd be sweet, you know.
Yeah, I know, man. The Attitude Era is actually what I grew up with. I miss Stone Cold and The Rock and all them guys being on TV on a regular basis.
Yep. But thank God for the network, and I'm glad that Austin made an appearance at Dallas. I don't know who's gonna make an appearance this year in Orlando. Maybe we'll see some wrestling.
I keep hearing something about Shawn Michaels maybe making an appearance.
Yeah, I heard he might make an appearance at the Rumble. I heard he might face AJ. That'd be because AJ wants to face him at Rumble, but that's just a rumor, you know. Nothing's really confirmed, you know.
Yeah, and then I also heard that the current plans for Styles to be Samoa Joe versus him at WrestleMania, but it's not expected to be for the title.
I told you that earlier. I don't care.
I mean, I'd love to see Styles versus Samoa Joe at WrestleMania.
I wish it for the title instead of no title, but whatever.
Yeah, but I think Samoa Joe will be WWE champion.
Oh yeah. I'm assuming that Samoa Joe, because he should have been on the main roster, but the only reason it taken so long because he had so many title matches and NXT. Plus, he just got injured, so I guess he's okay. Not a big injury, you know.
Yeah. I kind of wish that. I don't know why they had Samoa Joe beat Shinsuke Nakamura at NXT TakeOver Toronto if they were just going to put the title right back on Nakamura.
Yep.
I didn't agree with that at all.
It's a hot potato. Same thing they do for the women's division on Raw. Stupid, you know?
Yeah.
No, the guy who's the current NXT champion, once he's on the main roster, the place is going to go apeshit. Watch.
Yeah, I know. And he's honestly like one of those guys that I'm really concerned about when he gets to the main roster, because a lot of times when those guys get to the main roster from NXT, they're not
a big factor.
Yeah, they're not seen as like as big as they were in NXT.
Yep.
Of course, you have guys like Kevin Owens and a couple other guys who have seen really big success since leaving NXT.
Yep.
But I hope that they realize what they have in Nakamura when he gets to the main roster, because right now he's red hot in NXT, and I think the WWE main roster will let him be as successful as they'll let him be.
Yeah, is he? How old is he? He looks so freaking old.
I have no idea. Let me look it up real fast.
Okay.
I have no idea.
I'm assuming he's 41, maybe 42. He looks old when I saw pictures of him.
He's 36.
Damn, that's not young for a wrestler. No way.
No, but he does have experience. And he's a great wrestler, and he's beloved by fans around the world.
I think if he comes to the main roster, he'd be great for SmackDown. Because SmackDown needs a big push like that, big mega superstar like Taker did back in the day.
Oh, he would be. I think that he would benefit from being on. He'd benefit from being on each roster, but like I said, he's only going to be as successful as the WWE lets him be.
Yes.
So it's really hard to tell like how much success he's going to have, because they don't have the greatest track record of treating Japanese talent that great.
Nope. But I know once he debuts, the main roster, the play's gonna go apeshit. But once his couple months or weeks, it's gonna die down. Trust me, it's gonna die down. Not his not the wrestler, but his the vibe of him. You know, like on the demon came to the main roster. He was awesome. You know, his vibe was good, and after that it died down. He's good, but you know what I'm saying? People was not marking out. You know what I'm saying anymore after that?
Yeah. What's been your favorite match of the year, if you could pick one?
Well, him versus Seth at SummerSlam this past August. That was a good match, you know?
Balor versus Seth Rollins?
Yeah, so far, yes.
God, if I had to pick my favorite match of the year, it'd probably be Cena versus Styles from SummerSlam.
What?
I think that match was great. I think the way that they wrestled the match was damn near perfect. I mean, because they let the match really build and breathe into like a real big climax, and I really like when matches do that.
Yeah, I do too.
If I had to pick from NXT, it'd probably be, I know this is kind of like a stereotypical answer, but it'd probably be Nakamura versus Sami Zayn from this past year if I had to pick one from NXT, because that match was really good too.
I agree, yeah. And we'll see what happens, you know, but I know a lot of people can't wait for him going to the main roster. People cannot wait.
I know, maybe we'll get another rematch of Sami Zayn versus Nakamura, and it'll be just as good as the first one they did.
Yeah, well, this is the main roster, so, you know, it seems like McMahon doesn't give a shit about the main roster these days, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, that's why I'm glad Triple H is in charge of NXT.
Yeah. He shouldn't control everything, but he doesn't.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens after McMahon either retires or just flat out dies.
Whatever comes first. It's sad, but that's all I gotta say. You wanna say anything before we end this podcast, Ryan?
Nah, man, it's been fun. I know you've been trying to get me on here forever, and I'll come back again if I'm invited, man.
Anytime. You have a great Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, my friend.
Alright, you too, man. I'll talk to you later, bro.
Okay, you have a good one, and talk to you later. All my viewers, have a good Christmas and Happy New Year. I will be back after the New Year for the brand new episode. Have a good one. Stay safe. Party like a rock star. And I'll see you sometime in 2017, everyone. Good night.